Hey, welcome to the Daily Bravo drama. In this audio, we will be talking about a massive Summer House cast shakeup with Amanda being demoted, a Real Housewives of New Jersey filming disaster, Tyra Banks suing Netflix, and so much more. We'll cover everything coming up in this audio. Hey, this is Delilah.
Hey, this is Fahid.
Welcome to Reality TV Audio Podcast, where we break down the latest in reality TV every day. So we are jumping straight into the deep dive because the Summer House rumors for season 11 are like absolutely everywhere right now.
Well, they are inescapable. It is a massive restructuring.
Right. Let's just talk about the mechanics of this shakeup. So the word is that producers are completely rebuilding the show around Ciara Miller.
Which is a huge pivot.
Totally. And Amanda BATULA is reportedly getting demoted to like a limited role. Wes Wilson is just gone completely. And Kyle Cook is taking a major step back so he can focus on his beverage brand, Loverboy.
A total sweep of the board.
It really is. Honestly, my first thought looking at this is just, are they literally just throwing money at Ciara to keep her happy because she's the new anchor? I mean, giving her the keys to the franchise is definitely a massive choice for production.
It is a massive choice, but if you look at how casting leverage works in this industry, it's practically textbook.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely. Like when sources leak to the press that a network is, quote unquote, betting it all on one person, what you're actually seeing is a public power shift.
Okay, right.
The network basically recognized that the previous season's dynamics, specifically the heavy focus on West and the constant, tension between Amanda and Kyle, they were hitting a dead end.
Yeah, the vibes were getting so dark.
Exactly. So by surgically removing those specific roadblocks, they clear the deck for Ciara. They aren't just paying her, they're changing the entire ecosystem of the house so she can thrive as the focal point.
I hear that, but, you also have to admit the dynamic between Amanda and Kyle had genuinely reached a point of no return anyway. Like, it was done. If you caught the latest from Summer House in the city, you know exactly what I mean.
You mean the scene at the apartment while she was packing up?
Yes, the confrontation scene. So Amanda is packing her boxes to move into her own place, and she drops a bomb that legitimately shocked me.
It was intense.
She confronted Kyle and revealed he cheated on her and had sex with someone else 10 years ago, like almost immediately after they got married.
Wow.
Right. And it wasn't just a one-off secret. She admitted she was getting direct messages from girls over the years saying he was handsy, that he was making out with people at bars.
And she just sat on that information.
Kept it a secret for an entire decade. She said she was too embarrassed to bring it up.
That is, the underlying tension there is fascinating when you strip away the emotion and just look at the timeline. Because Kyle's main defense mechanisms constantly revolve around claiming Amanda holds his past mistakes over his head, right? Like she is effectively freezing him out.
Right, he always plays the victim in that regard.
But Amanda is directly stating that, in his own words, he has been acting out for an entire decade.
Right, he tries to frame his latest behavior like staying out until 2 a.m. on her final night in the apartment as just a knee-jerk reaction to feeling neglected.
Which completely deflects from the pattern.
Exactly. But she is pulling back the curtain on a 10-year track record. Now, just my quick opinion on this. Holding onto a cheating secret of that magnitude for a decade while filming a reality show about your relationship is a recipe for disaster.
It is entirely unsustainable.
Yeah, if the trust is fractured on that fundamental level, packing up and living in separate spaces is literally the only logical move left.
It completely reframes how you view their entire on-screen history. And it's interesting how patterns of behavior tend to mirror each other within a cast. Which brings us to the West Wilson situation.
Oh, absolutely. West might be out for season 11, but the stories are definitely not stopping. Have you seen the stuff with Mariah Murray?
The video host, yes, the BravoCon story.
Right. She just went public with this wild story from a BravoCon party last year. So, according to her, she watched West and Amanda getting extremely close, like literally feeding each other food.
Highly visible intimacy.
Exactly. But the kicker is, as Mariah Murray is walking out of the party, West leaves that intimate moment with Amanda, walks right up to Mariah, and drops a pickup line on her. He literally says, "You weren't going to come say hi."
It is an incredible real-time example of the disconnect between the persona someone projects and their actual behavior.
It's just wild.
Right. Mariah Murray is basically highlighting the sheer volume of women West attempts to engage with. He shifts instantly from a highly visible interaction with a castmate to charming a media professional he literally just met.
Yeah, Mariah Murray even joked that she could have been, quote, part of the zillions It just proves that the roving eye never really shuts off, even when you are literally surrounded by Bravo executives and fans.
No off switch at all.
But you know who else is getting dragged into the Summer House mud right now? Lindsay Hubbard.
The situation with Jerry O'Connell on Watch What Happens Live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Jerry was on WWHL, and he threw some serious shade at Lindsay. He basically said she is a beautiful woman going through a lot as a single-ish mom, but that she has a bad habit of inserting herself into situations that have nothing to do with her.
He was specifically talking about the Aftermath episode, right?
Wait, her getting involved in the Amanda and Wes drama?
To which Lindsay responded quite aggressively in the Instagram comments.
Oh, she completely shut him down with one specific fact. She pointed out that she didn't just wander onto the set to cause trouble. Amanda explicitly text messaged her to meet up and talk on camera.
Paper trail.
Exactly. Lindsay told Jerry, "I didn't insert myself, I was invited." And honestly, looking at how these shows operate, if your castmate texts you to film a scene, you show up and film the scene. I think Lindsay was 100% in the right to defend herself there.
Well, viewers, and even celebrity guests like Jerry, often fall into the trap of thinking these interactions are just spontaneous meddling.
Right, like they just bumped into each other.
Exactly. But the reality of production is built on scheduled call sheets and pre-planned text exchanges. When a scene is blocked out, you hit your mark.
You do your job.
Jerry actually backed down and apologized to her in the comments when she explained the mechanics of how that scene came together.
Good for him for owning it. But I want to pivot from the scheduled drama of call sheets to something no producer can control at all, the actual legal system.
Things are looking incredibly bleak over in New Jersey right now.
Oh, it is bad. The insiders are saying that filming for Real Housewives of New Jersey season 15 is a complete disaster.
The reports indicate it is remarkably boring, lacking any forward momentum.
Right, and the cast is currently sitting on a mere 10-episode guarantee. Like, they don't even have a full season order yet.
But while the cameras are apparently capturing nothing interesting, off-camera is absolute chaos.
Completely. On May 14th, Teresa Giudice's Giudice 20-year-old daughter, Melania, was actually arrested.
The charges are significant, too.
Yeah, she was cited for, quote, simple assault and, quote, purposely or knowingly causing bodily injury.
The details surrounding it are pretty brutal.
They really are. It was an explosive domestic fight at the house, and it escalated so badly that her own sister had to call the cops because they were genuinely afraid for people's safety.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Melania was allegedly going after multiple people. It's incredibly sad.
It is. This is where you see the extreme dissonance of reality television. You have a massive production crew struggling to manufacture enough compelling conflict to justify a full season.
And nothing's happening on camera.
Exactly. And simultaneously, you have a real-world family crisis involving police intervention and assault charges happening off camera.
Exactly. You just can't script a domestic dispute call. And New Jersey isn't the only franchise dealing with sudden arrests right now.
No, the news about Next Gen NYC is perfectly timed for maximum chaos.
Literally right before their season 2 premiere.
It's wild timing.
So Hudson McElroy's mom, Carol McElroy, was arrested in Georgia. The charge is family violence battery.
What happened?
Well, the sheriff's department reported that she got into an argument with her 32-year-old boyfriend in the bedroom. Supposedly, he hit her with a pillow, and she escalated it by striking him in the face twice with the back of her hand.
Which left a mark, right?
Yeah, it left him with a visible laceration right under his eye.
So she was booked, spent the night in jail, and posted bond the following day.
Just a mess.
And Carol has her own reality TV background from MTV's Buckhead Shore, so she understands how this works. Now her son has to navigate a highly publicized arrest headline, dropping the exact same week he is supposed to be doing press for his premiere.
It just doesn't stop. And like, if we are talking about serious legal consequences, we have to look at the Real Housewives of Potomac. Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie are facing a mountain of trouble.
We are talking about 16 criminal charges for Wendy and 18 for Eddie.
It's staggering. The charges include insurance fraud, conspiracy, and making false statements regarding an alleged robbery at their house. But what really blows my mind is the timeline of all this.
The trial dates.
Yes. The court just set their jury trial dates, and it is scheduled for January 25th through the 29th of 2027.
The federal legal system moves at a glacial pace, particularly when you are dealing with complex conspiracy and fraud indictments.
But think about the logistics of that for a second. They are currently filming season 11.
Right.
Co-star Stacey Rush was interviewed on a red carpet recently and said the cast is standing in, quote, solidarity with Wendy right now.
Interesting choice of words.
Very. And by the way, Stacey also confirmed she is getting along great with Robin Dixon, who is coming back as a friend of. But back to Wendy. How do you film a reality show for the next 3 years with a 2027 federal trial just hanging over your head?
That is the ultimate psychological compartmentalization.
Yeah.
I mean, the ensemble has to figure out how to produce light-hearted, petty drama about seating arrangements or slighted feelings for a 2026 broadcast.
Right, arguing over a dinner party.
Exactly. While fully aware that one of their core cast members is preparing a defense for nearly 24 criminal charges, the pressure cooker environment that creates behind the scenes must be intense.
Intense is an understatement. Okay, we are going to take a quick pause here at the midway point, and we want to give a massive shout out to our listener, Reality Not.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much for your recent comments and for writing out this crazy Bravo news cycle with us. We always love seeing what details jump out at you.
It is always rewarding to see the audience analyzing the mechanics of these shows right alongside us.
Absolutely. And speaking of analyzing mechanics, I have a fun fact that perfectly bridges the gap between reality TV logic and the actual criminal justice system. Did you see Portia Williams on the interview show Zooey?
I did. Her responses on that show were unbelievably pragmatic.
So funny. Zooey point blank asks her if she has any mugshot advice for her Bravo coworkers, and Portia doesn't even hesitate. She just looks at her and says, "Prepare."
Literally just prepare.
Yes. Her literal advice is that if you know a mugshot is coming, you better get your makeup done beforehand.
Which is hilarious.
Right.
But what gives that context is Portia noting that most of her own mugshots stemmed from planned protests, so she had the luxury of anticipating them.
True, she was ready.
But it really highlights the hyper-awareness these stars have regarding their visual brand, even when they're actively being processed into the legal system.
Oh, she knows exactly what she's doing. She also totally refused to back down on a famous past comment on that same episode.
The Kenya Moore comment.
Yes. Zooey tried to grill her about the time she called Kenya Moore a, quote, slut from the 90s. And Zooey was, like, trying to turn it into this high-level sociological debate about sex negativity in pejorative terms.
And Portia was not having it.
Not at all. Portia just fires back that Kenya called her a hoe first, so simply a well-placed retaliatory read. She completely flattened Zooey's attempt at an academic debate.
Reality television stars are conditioned to engage strictly with the immediate interpersonal conflict. They do not care about the academic or societal critique of their phrasing. They just care about winning the volley in the room.
And winning the volley is exactly what is happening over on The Real Housewives of Atlanta right now, except it is getting very ugly.
The Shemaya Shumi Morton situation.
Yeah, Shemaya Shumi is publicly stating that she feels like an outcast and that the cast is actively ganging up on her.
This is directly tied to the cheating rumors Angela Oakley brought up, correct?
Yes, exactly. Angela claimed that Shemaya Shumi was sleeping with NBA players. Now, Shemaya Shumi works a real corporate job as an in-game host for the Atlanta Hawks.
So it crosses a major line.
Exactly. The rumors got so loud that people in her actual office were asking her about it. So Shemaya Shumi didn't just yell at her on camera. She sent Angela a formal, legal cease and desist letter.
This is a critical boundary line. When a reality television storyline threatens someone's actual corporate employment or their HR standing, the response immediately shifts from a confessional interview clapback to actual legal documentation.
You just can't mess with someone's paycheck.
You cannot play games with someone's primary livelihood.
Right. And her frustrations don't stop with Angela either. Shemaya Shumi is also calling out Cynthia Bailey for purposely sticking her in a dirty, substandard room during a cast trip to Dallas.
Classic housewife move.
Totally. Shemaya Shumi said it was a legitimate safety issue because they were in the middle of nowhere, but production's legal team wouldn't allow her to switch combinations.
The cast trip room assignment is never just about who gets the best view. It is a highly engineered physical manifestation of the group's power dynamics.
The ultimate flex.
Putting someone in a substandard room is a calculated move to diminish their status on camera.
Wow, that makes so much sense. And speaking of things that are incredibly frustrating, I want to talk about Brandi Glanville.
Her recent medical update.
Yes. For years, she has dealt with severe facial swelling and fluid buildup, and people have been absolutely ruthless about her appearance online.
The public scrutiny has been relentless. mostly built on the assumption of botched cosmetic procedures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone just assumed it was bad filler. And what did the doctors tell her? For years, multiple doctors brushed her off and told her it was just scar tissue.
Which is horrifying in retrospect.
It is. But she finally went to a specialized cancer dermatologist, and they found a benign tumor inside a lymph node in her face. That tumor is what has been causing the fluid buildup this entire time.
This brings up a serious issue regarding how medical professionals treat patients who are in the public eye, particularly those known to have had cosmetic work.
They just wrote her off.
The doctors made a cosmetic assumption and completely ignored the underlying pathology of a tumor.
It is medical gaslighting at its finest. It's like noticing the foundation of your house is actively sinking and the inspector just pats you on the back and says, "Oh, don't worry, you just bought cheap wallpaper."
That's a very accurate analogy.
Right. To have a literal tumor growing inside your face while doctors wave you away, it's infuriating. But, my quick opinion here. At least it's benign, and she finally has the truth to start an actual treatment plan.
Exactly. Having the correct diagnosis allows you to reclaim control over your own health narrative, rather than being subjected to dismissive theories.
Speaking of reclaiming narratives, let's look at some people who are making major life choices and moving in a happier direction. We have some high-profile engagements to talk about.
Yes, Yolanda Hadid.
Right. The RHOBH alum is officially engaged to Randy Kendrick, who is a massively wealthy industrial real estate developer and the CEO of Zeebeck.
She hasn't been married since her very public divorce from David Foster back in 2017.
Long time coming. And over on TLC, 90 Day Fiancé star Pedro Jimeno got engaged to Valentina Malagon. He went all out, too, like a heart-shaped arch on a beach in Hawaii, red roses, candles.
For Pedro, it is a very deliberate pivot away from the highly toxic, heavily documented divorce from Chantel Everett.
Oh, for sure.
Both he and Yolanda are using these engagements to signal a fresh, positive start to their audiences.
Love that for them. We also saw Andy Cohen making a solo public appearance that got people talking.
At the NYC Pride event.
Yeah, he was at a rooftop event entirely by himself. And of course, the whispers started immediately. But he was overheard explaining to people that his new serious boyfriend, Kevin Sobieski, was simply out of town.
It's funny, in the real world, your partner being out of town is a completely mundane fact.
Just normal life stuff.
But in the Bravo ecosystem, a solo appearance is immediately scrutinized as a potential crisis.
Right. People want there to be drama. He was literally just there to support the Perry Moore Hero Fund. But, you know what? Life choice actually made my jaw drop. Sutton Strack's son, Philip.
Now that is a massive departure from what you typically expect from the Children of Beverly Hills cast members.
That is an understatement. Like, usually reality TV kids launch a terrible skincare line, start a podcast, or try to get cast on some spin-off show.
Right.
Not Philip. He is Sutton's eldest son. He just graduated from the Citadel, which is a very strict military college, and he told his mom he is entering the seminary to become a Catholic priest.
We are talking about a 6-year commitment to become a deacon before officially joining the priesthood.
It's intense.
Sutton has openly discussed her fear that her children were growing up too comfortable in luxury, and she even made him work manual labor in the Georgia heat to build character.
Well, he certainly found a path that rejects the Beverly Hills bubble. She admitted she cried when he told her, but he is incredibly positive about the decision. Good for him for choosing a path that actually means something to him.
Absolutely.
Now, someone who is choosing a path of pure, unadulterated chaos is this charter guest on Below Deck Med.
Oh, Joseph Redman.
Yes. He is the president of NEI General Contracting, and he is a legitimate nightmare. He is currently terrorizing the crew of the MY Akira one.
He came in hot.
The guy started screaming at bosun Nathan Gallagher within like 5 minutes of stepping onto the yacht.
His aggression wasn't limited to the crew either. He was fighting so viciously with his own girlfriend that she abandoned the charter at the very first opportunity.
She literally jumped ship.
She did.
But the part that really got me was his absolute entitlement. He marched directly onto the bridge to complain to Captain Sandy about Nathan's so-called attitude.
That is a massive breach of maritime protocol. The bridge is not a hotel concierge desk. It is the operational center of a massive vessel.
You don't just walk in there.
Exactly. For a guest to storm in there during an active charter to complain about a crew member's tone shows a stunning lack of respect for the environment he is in.
It is premium Getzilla behavior. Okay, our final deep dive topic today is a massive legal move that feels incredibly ironic. Tyra Banks is suing Netflix and the producers of the documentary Reality Checked. Inside America's Next Top Model.
She has filed a lawsuit for defamation.
Right. She is claiming that the producers used deceptive selective editing to create a completely false narrative about her, specifically regarding how she reacted to a 2003 sexual assault on set involving contestant Shandi Sullivan.
It's a very hoodie subject.
It is. But here is where the story gets really compelling. Kayla Farrell-Lander, a former contestant from seasons 15 and 17 who is now an attorney, weighed in on the lawsuit.
Kayla's perspective bridges the gap perfectly because she lived through the production machine and she understands the legal threshold Tyra is trying to cross here.
Exactly. And Kayla pointed out the massive, glaring irony of this entire lawsuit. She noted that Tyra is currently complaining about experiencing the exact same editing tricks that Tyra herself utilized against her own contestants for decades.
The foundation of reality television is built on selective editing, omitting context, and manipulating continuous footage to fit a predetermined storyline.
Right.
And Tyra helped refine those very tools.
I just look at this and think, it's like a casino owner trying to sue another casino because the house edge is unfair. Like, she built the house, she knows exactly how the odds work.
That's a great way to put it.
And Kayla made it clear that from a legal standpoint, Tyra is facing an uphill battle. Because she is a massive public figure, she can't just walk into court and say the editing was mean or out of context. She has to prove actual malice.
Right. Proving actual malice requires demonstrating that the producers either knew the narrative they were creating was definitively false, or that they acted with reckless disregard for the truth with the specific intent to damage her reputation.
Which seems impossible to prove.
In an editing bay, where producers are legally shielded by creative license and entertainment formatting, proving that level of targeted, malicious intent is incredibly difficult.
It really is, which leaves you with a pretty provocative thought to mull over.
What's that?
Does Tyra Banks actually stand a chance in court complaining about deceptive reality TV editing, considering she basically helped invent modern reality TV editing? It forces you to wonder if the creator of a format can ever truly claim victimhood when that exact format is finally turned against them.
It is the ultimate test of whether reality television rules apply to the people who write them.
Exactly. That's all for today, but make sure you join us for the next audio because we've got whispers of a massive, unreleased Real Housewives contract leak that is going to change everything you thought you knew about how Bravo pays its stars. You will not want to miss it.